Sharks, sharks, forever. Go out and play without fear. Now's the time to see good football, for the Sharks are here.
Hey, caught me singing there, guys and girls. Do. We're quite happy here at Sharks headquarters, Ocean Protect Stadium. Sharks win at 32 points to 16. And welcome to the post-game show as I go through my rituals post-game. Everyone, welcome. There is a link in the Streamyard if you want to call in. You can leave comments. We'll get to them here for a little while. And Sharks win 32 points to 16, consolidating their place in fourth. And really convincing win. You know, they were down 6-0 and had to fight their way back into it, down to 12 men at one point, but got the job done, which is sensational. And reading a few things here about injuries and that kind of thing. So if you want to keep me up to date with what you consider to be good information, please let me know. And of course, we'll get to it throughout the next little while. And hello to all of our friends everywhere watching all around the world. Sharks win 32 points to 16. Steve says up. Marky Mark says good win considering the injuries we got throughout the game. Those forward passes were huge. There was one, it might have been from Jack White, and you might need to correct me on that, where he did the full JJ McCarthy. He actually lined it up. For people watching, not listening, or listening, not watching, I should say. Anyway, we got the win. We don't go too well under that fella. Hey, how's it going? And Sharks win 32 points to 16. Thanks, Mark, for that comment. JJM says, what happened to Siffer's arm shoulder? Good, he got his try in the 150th game. First, though, I'm not sure. People are saying it's a bicep. I'm not sure. We'll have to come back to that. He's a tough human, so hopefully he can be okay in the near future. Sandra says, well done, Sharks. Matt says, g'day, up, Cronulla, good game. We stood up in the second half and showed our resilience with only 2 on the bench. Yeah, absolutely some terrific signs. Marky saying a bicep tear. Can we get the doctors on board? Is that horrific? Is that end of year? Is it next week? Someone tell me. Hello to Wesley, up. Great win considering how dreadful the refs were. Daniel's saying Talakai might be done. KL fail is HIA. Peter said, who got the Cat 1? Was it Rami or not? You guys are going to have to help me out here. A lot of stuff to get through. Shake, that's not funny. I'm not even going to put it up. Yes, I am. Oh, I have to actually make a... Shake's thrown me. If it was JJ McCarthy, it would have gone straight over the sideline. Now, I have to make a really selfish announcement to everyone, especially like people in Melbourne. And this only relates to 1% of you, okay? And I'll stop talking about it after 1 second. I haven't watched SummerSlam. I don't want SummerSlam results. Daniel is saying bicep is... Lucia, I see you. Bicep is 4 weeks to 6 months. Dear God. Graham says, are touchy still part of the game? How good? Still in fits we trust. Our friend Dana from Orange is not a great start. They looked frustrated with each other. The most animated I've seen. Fitzy, I'll have to check that out. He was sitting just behind me, but it wasn't a great start. They looked a bit tired, a bit flat, but they got into it. Pretty happy. They got into it. Thank you, Dana. I'm going to go to our Insta friends in a second. Lush is there, which is awesome. I want to try and do something on the fly. I'm not going to try that, actually. It's all good. Sharks win 32-16. Shake says Fitz was up and about. Never seen that before. Some raw emotion. Dion says, great day to be a Sharks fan. Great effort from the boys. Too bad the sun was in the touchies eyes and missed about 3 forward passes. There seemed like a lot. You guys and girls know I'm not really a let's hassle the ref kind of guy. But man, there was some real clangers. Peter says they looked a bit tired. When do they play next? Next Sunday. So we're officially in Derby Watch, Derby Week. Derby Week has started 1 week from today. Exactly. We'll be out in the field at Stinkin' Cogra and we'll be lighting it up. And Nico will be breaking records again. Letzi says Nico Bloody Hines. He had a great game. We'll get to all that, I promise. I'm just going to jump over to our mates over the Insta. I see you all. Hello, beautiful people. Alex said a Perla from Queen Dynasty Adden and Haynes as Blocker calls him. Oh, my God. I had the privilege of talking to Blocker before the game. He was fired up. Maddie says up Cronulla. Hello. Mort's Rugby League says it needs a hug. All right, here's a hug for you. For JRG3 says Baldo from ET Stan talks about how you can't win a game in the first 20, but you can lose it. He uses his philosophy when voicing his agreement about playing FB from the bench right today. Well, does that mean he's right or wrong? What are you saying? You can't win a game in the first 20, but you can lose it. I saw David before at halftime. He'll be doing a show at any moment, maybe now. Liam Gaz was with me, but he's left the house with about left the house of Shark with about 14 children. Clevo says, I personally think it was me sending footage to Fitz and the Sharks of the Rabbitohs captain's run. And well, I'm sure for JRG3 that David will be telling you he was right. And I'll leave it at that. There's no bad blood. We're hanging out at halftime. It's all good. Sharks win 32-16. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get fired up. Pete says, Souths came to try and ambush us, but we held on. Pretty happy with that effort. Look, Souths gave it all they had, but they were missing so many troops, and they had a fullback playing in the centers, and I mean, they just weren't in the same quality. Even when we were down 2 players in theory with the bench, they couldn't match us, and that's a really good sign for the Sharks. Another great win. And they looked pretty good. When they were humming, they looked really good. There wasn't a point in the game where I thought we looked really bad. There was a couple of plays on the 5th tackle and that kind of thing where you go, oh, maybe we could do that again. But they looked pretty good in general. So I'm walking away from here pretty happy. Things to work on, of course. Lush from Melbourne says 2 tries scored off forward passes. I'm not too annoyed about the result. That's good. Corey says, let's go Sharkies. My father-in-law is a Bunnies fan. I got one up on him. Well, good job there. Tell him we said hi. Mark agrees they looked a bit flat at the start. The sin bin seemed to wake them up. There was a couple of great, thank you for reminding me, Mark, a couple of great moments in defense during the sin bin period. But there was another bit, was in the 60th minute down here, and Will Kennedy saved a try, and it was unbelievable, and no one's going to talk about it. And then Souths kind of mucked it up, and our defense was really good. So there were some really good moments there. Never say die kind of attitude. Very happy with that. Jesse said, I think Nico was actually relieved that Sioni's try was not allowed. And that brings us to the great Nico Hines, breaking records left, right, and center. He's on his way to break Hazem's modern-day consecutive streak. He broke Luke Cavell's one for the club today, which was awesome. And we love Luke, but we love Nico as well. And I think he's equal with Nathan Cleary now. You can correct me on that if you like. But yes, when that trial was disallowed, we all sort of had a sigh of relief because it was not the side of Nico that he wanted. But I'm sure he still would have nailed it. Like, let's be serious. The guy's getting everything. So good. And we have a caller calling in called Up. I don't know if they're ready to jump on. I might just have a little look there. Hello, Up. Are you there? No? We'll come back to you. Sandra says, I must admit, I've never seen Fitzy like that. I loved it. I'll have to go watch the tape. Now, there are a few people calling us in. Up. I can't see you, and I can't unmute your mic. So I'm going to go to our other friend, Finn's Up. But if you're someone else there, Up, you stay there, and we'll try and work it out.
Sorry, Sam, that was me. I do not
That's
know
you.
what was happening. Yeah, technically.
That's okay. How are you?
Mate, I'm fantastic. Like,
great.
Beautiful day. A fantastic day out. Good to see a packed Shark Park. 2:00 games. Can we have them more often, please? Because they're actually really good.
I like them, man. I like them a lot. I'm a big 2:00 guy now. I've come
here.
Full circle. I've grown up. We're maturing, Ash, and 2:00 is our time, I think.
Now, of course, I know before you jump on, and I know what you're going to say, but I'm going to beat you to it today. My referee score. Now, of course, our mates at ET's.
I'm a little worried about this score, given what I just saw out there.
Now, ET Stand Podcast, of course, for those people who don't know, Boldo started a little trend, say, a few months ago, and
now I want to catch up here, Ash, because you're the second person to mention Boldo from the ET podcast. Is someone paying? Is he paying people to come on to my show and talk about at his show? Is that what's going on? What's happening here? It's like Bizarro World. I've become an advertisement for Boldo. How good's that? It's his dream, I think, coming true. Boldo, yeah.
Oh, I mean,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He knows I'm kidding. What's your referee? What's your referee ranking? And keep it clean for me, please.
It's not a good one today. I'm giving him an E-.
E-. Okay, that's pretty bad.
Yep. Look, there was some shocking calls today. Like, for example, like the South player, that hip drop, whatever. The one, because obviously it was bad from my angle where I was, but whoever it was that got hip dropped or whatever, how that was not a sin bin, for example, like that really should have also been at least on on report for that. But it's
Shake says if Iro is out next week, does Gabriel get his debut? It would be a good game to do it. Look, I think if he's in good mind and body, then he probably will. But let's see how he's going. I'm a little worried about all this news about injuries and that kind of thing. So we'll need to catch up on all that. That's for sure. Hello to all of our friends on Insta. If anyone wants to call through, there's no stress to do it. But if you want to, here comes Jay. Awesome. Let's get Jay on board. Jay, what about that? You're straight in. And this is my friend Jay, who I've never spoken to. Hey, how are you? Hello, Jay. Welcome to the show, my friend. It's practically your show. How are you?
I'm good. It's good result.
Yes.
We've won 18 out of our last 21 games with Mulatalo playing for us, so that's a great start.
Yep.
I felt that I didn't feel like the rest of the guys who were saying that we're a bit slow out of the blocks. I think that might have come across more because we ended up giving away silly penalties and 6 agains.
Yeah.
I thought our energy was good. I thought our defence was good today. We really did those little 1%ers of working for each other. And I think you've already touched on it, the Will Kennedy try save in the 60th minute.
Yeah.
That was top shelf.
It was. Being at the ground, Jay, I thought just looking at it from the big picture that you may not see on the telly, just little things like getting back on side after a kick, that kind of thing. There was a little bit of a lethargic feel to it for probably till the sin bin. So maybe the 10 minutes or whatever. And then once the sin bin kicked in, they obviously had to get their groove on. And from there, I was okay with it. So it wasn't a huge deal. It just looked a little bit, like a tiny bit slow, but nothing problematic. South came with everything they had, man. Like, they were down on troops, and they're quite a smaller team when you see them in real life, and we pretty much monstered them. So I'm walking away pretty happy, Jay. What about Nico Hines? So catch me up to date, because I was trying to do it in my head and everything. Where are we at with Nico Hines and the goal kicking?
It's 32.
Okay.
That he's kicked in a row, so it's equal with Cleary.
Okay.
So he's a joy to watch. That he's changed in form the last few weeks. It really is looking like 2022 again. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Like, every time you see him just running the ball, and he's confident. You can see it. He's confident with what he's doing. He's not second guessing, and it's just great to watch as a fan.
Now, for people watching, not listening, you've got your Indigenous jersey on. How does it feel?
Oh, it's great. It's great. Everyone should get to the Shark store or order it online. If you're a member, you get your 10% off. So
Excellent.
I've been wearing it all around Newcastle, so it's great to because I do a lot of walks with my son every day, so I'm always out in the Sharks gear. So
now let's get up to date with how you're feeling emotionally about this team this year. We're all starting to dream a bit more after each win. But the other side to it is this competition is so tight. Like, if you drop a game, you could legitimately fall. If you drop 2, you could fall quite a lot. It's a lot of pressure on the team. They're up for it. They're going great. Looks like a bit of injury status today, which we'll catch up on. But are you dreaming right now, or are you still wanting to see more? Like, where are you at?
Look, I guess it's always going to be that doubt, because the one team that we haven't beaten for quite a while, and we haven't since Fitz has been the coach, is Penrith. So that's always going to be the big one for us. I think we can certainly get to the grand final, and I guess if you get to the grand final, anything can happen. I don't have the same feeling I did in 2016, where halfway through the season I'm like, these guys can win it. I think we can get to the grand final, but I'm not 100% convinced yet that we can win the comp, though. Okay.
What is it? Just beating Penrith that you need to see, or what do you think's holding you back from the next step?
I still think it's going to be that being in September and being able to beat Penrith. There's no doubt we've improved as a club the last couple of seasons, winning a final. We won back-to-back finals, including a final away from Cronulla in Canberra. So we've certainly been growing as a team at the business end. So I am confident that hopefully this will be the year that we'll break through to a grand final appearance.
Yeah.
I think it's just...
Go ahead.
It's just the discipline things that still worry me with some of the guys that does get frustrating. Earlier in the season, if we had played like we probably did that first 10 or 15 minutes, we probably would have lost that game with some of our discipline. I think the other thing about the way we played in that first 20 minutes is our attack before we scored that first try was a little bit frantic. Not heaps frantic, but it was just a touch frantic, and once they scored that try, it just seemed to settle them a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed that too, Jay, and that was probably the only thing that really stood out the whole game, where I was like, oh, what are they doing here? It was a couple of sets there where, they threw some crazy passes. It was almost like they were in fast motion for no reason, but as you said, they corrected that pretty easily. So I think there's a lot to take out of this game. Mostly good, but I think there are some things we can learn from, which is always a positive. I mean, what was it, a 16-point win in the end? So that's not bad for the for and against. Obviously, we always want more, but that's not bad, a 16-point win. And, it's week by week now, right? Like, we've got the Drags next week, and it's not going to be easy. I know people think it's going to be a walk in the park, but it's a derby. Like, they could turn up and they could put their shoulders in, and they could maybe test us a little bit. So it's another must-win game for us. But I'm daring to dream, Jay, but it is week to week for me, I got to tell you.
Yeah, and the Dragons, talking about the Dragons, I've watched them the last few weeks, and their defense is getting better, and that's what's keeping them in games, is their defense is getting a lot better. So we're going to have to be patient while we've got the ball and attack and build that pressure, because if we get there and think it's just going to happen, it's going to be a hard game for us.
Yeah, and we saw that. Was it last year, Jay? You're my stats man. Was it last year where we kind of pickled it last year?
Yeah, it was, because we probably needed to win our last 8 games this season to get to that 16 win mark, which is what gets you that top 4 normally. And we dropped that game at Cloggera. It was the only one we dropped, and we never looked like that whole game that we're ever going to win it. So, so hopefully the guys will turn up this time and get the job done.
It's interesting, the psychology behind Fitzgibbon and the way he runs things. I know that he hangs on to a loss really well. And when I say that, I mean he puts it in the back of his mind and he brings it back at the right time. So this week, when I was interviewing some of the players, they were all talking about the earlier round against Souths where they rolled us. And to a man, they were all very specific about what happened, how they can change that. And it's not so much a motivating factor, but he makes them aware of it. And I'm sure that he'll be like, hey, it was almost this time last year where we were on a roll and we had everything to play for and we bottled it against our arch enemy. So I'm sure they'll bring that out at some point. I don't think it'll be a focus, but I think Fitzgibbon's really good at that. And I don't know if everyone kind of understands that, but he hates losing, but he also doesn't forget a loss. So I think that's a positive going into this derby.
Absolutely. I think that's really, really good. And I think when you're talking about that South loss we had earlier in the season, that was probably the line in the sand moment, because we were 4-5, a slow start under Fitzgibbon in his 5th year as coaching the club. And we were just up and down at that point, and it just seems like afterwards we've just been able to click once Mulatalo came back, and we've just focused on everyone in the team is doing their role, like they're doing what Fitzgibbon's obviously setting out for them to do, and I think that's really important. While we've been winning, that's what's going on. Like everyone's just doing what they have to do, and I think that's really important.
Absolutely. Now, Jay, we'll get you back on the show. I know you're living an interesting life up there where you don't have all the time in the world, but we'll get you back on the show when you can, whether it's post-game or other time. But before I let you go, AFB off the bench, say it's a world where everyone's kind of fit for whatever reason, or say it's just like this week, next week, are you still bringing him off the bench? Is that an experiment, or is that now a thing? What are you doing if you're the coach?
I think when you get to the finals, you've got to start him, because I think if we come across teams like the Roosters with White, who really hurt us last time, I think you've got to start with AFB. But I think at the moment, it's not a bad thing to sort of try, because we've got some games where we're probably playing opposition that aren't as good as the Roosters or Penrith. Maybe you might swing it in a finals game, but I think you've got to start with your best 13 in a finals match. We've got Jesse Cohen's gone brilliantly. I mean, his development has just been out of this world, and he's got future rep player written all over him. And his work rate is just amazing. But I think you've got to start with AFB when it comes to finals.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I agree with you, but it's, I'm also not opposed to him coming off the bench when you have guys that can do their job. I thought today maybe was less of an extent of the job done compared to last week, but they still got the job done in the end. So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting last, 4 or 5 weeks. So, hey, thanks for jumping on. I know you've been waiting a while, so I appreciate it. And always good to chat to you. You're very... For people who don't know Jay's always leaving us lots of great comments. So we appreciate that very much, and we'll get you back on the show when it suits, all right?
No worries, Sam. Thanks, mate.
Pleasure. Talk to you soon, Jay. That's the legendary Jay. Let's get to some of these comments, and if you want to call in like Jay, there are links around the place if you want to do that. Grunge Master Fuzz says, scoreline suggestion arm wrestle seemed to me Sharks should have won by 30. All the Sharks were great, but I loved Will's high-quality try-saving cover tackle. Amazing tackle. And I love the fact that you love Will Kennedy, and it was great. Dion says, was Iro a Category 1 HIA? I'm not sure about that stuff at the moment, so let's just, if people want to give me some concrete information, then please do. Otherwise, I don't have that stuff at the moment on me, unfortunately. Liz says, look, they're down on troops, but we were down 2 players too. I'm already seeing some Bunnies fans seeing how we struggled to beat a B-grade team. I'm not going to say the next bit, and you know that, Lush. And remember, no SummerSlam for me, please. Please, no SummerSlam, please. Now, Christian says, with 44 seconds to go, the Sharks driving them back in defense on their 10-meter line says everything about our defensive mindset. And they were great. The defense was, I think, generally really good. Scramble was great. The Will Kennedy thing was unbelievable. They played like a team. Let's go. Now, Deleted Girl 67 says, Fitzy partying in the box. Sharks on fire. Dargans expect a long day next week. All right. Now, I got my man Stats coming in here. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready, Stats. All right. Thumbs up. Here he comes. From Perth, Western Australia. Here comes Stats. Hello. How are you, sir?
Mate. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, all good, brother. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Got to watch it just at the office with about a 15-minute delay because my mate arrived a bit late, but good win, don't you think?
You watched in your office?
Yeah, I've got to, not like in a simple one room, everyone huddled around at the office, yes, but the wider office, the foyer.
Do you want to give your business a plug just straight away? Just give your business a plug. Do it.
Mortgage Focus. We make the most, make people who compromise less on their mortgages achieve what they're trying to achieve.
And how do we
Focus, it's a mortgage broker.
How do we get in touch with you?
Mortgagefocus.com.au.
All right, there you go. And that was Stats. We'll see you later. What did you like about the win? What did you tell me things? What did you like?
Look, you're never comfortable as a Sharks supporter. Never truly comfortable as if you might be a Panthers supporter, but I never really had that twitching moment that we're in big trouble here. I always felt had control and was ours there to lose, even when we went behind.
Yeah.
You're starting to get that little bit of confidence. It's certainly turning out to be what looks to be a competition of 4 teams. Us being one of them, of course. Our push for the top 2 took a hit with the Roosters closing by 70 on Thursday night. That was a damn shame. Thank you, Cowboys.
Yeah.
But second place is still there to be taken, and we've got every opportunity to win every game from here on in to get there.
So we got to win out, and they've pretty much got to drop 1 to 2. Is that right? Maybe 2 games they got to drop because of the again. No, you're right.
We're in front on for and against by about 20-30 at the moment,
and 2 points behind. Gotcha. Yep, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Now,
so 1 win should work.
I don't have the draw in front of me, but I saw it the other day, and a bunch of the top 3, so to speak, are playing each other.
Oh, mate, those soft draw calls have come out again all of a sudden.
Well, my point being that someone's going to drop some games.
Yeah, that's right. No, I think we're looking good, mate. I think that we're in control of ourselves. We win. Every game from here on is winnable.
Yes.
But they're far from walkovers. No game's a walkover.
Yeah.
So, but if we want to contend for the title, this is the time of year when you should be winning games, not losing games. You should be winning. So, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, onwards and upwards from here.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a little worried about the injury situation and that kind of thing. We don't have.
Tell me, I might have missed something, and I certainly haven't heard you from the beginning, mate. What's going on with KL and Siffer?
Well, I'm just relying on our listeners who are pretty good and they're watching the TV coverage, but they're saying Siffer is a bicep of some sort, and that could be quite problematic. If it's exactly that, it might be a minor thing, but if it's a major one, it's a long time. So KL, I think, might be more of a concussion situation as well. So not too major there, but it could be a week. We'll wait and see on that. There are troops there ready to come in, but it's a shame. I hope to God that it's not that for however it comes out. hopefully it's not that because
Mm.
terrific again today, and we know he's having his last dance with us, so it would be an awful way to go. So I'm not going to get in that headspace right now, but yeah, that people are talking about biceps. So whenever there's a bicep mentioned, it gets a bit tricky. But
It was
no,
good to see
overall
him get a
stats
try on
was-
his. Good to see him get a try on his milestone, and
Terrific.
good to see us get a win on a milestone as well.
So he's heading your way. He's heading to Perth.
So he is, yeah. I went to Supercars yesterday,
Yeah.
and the Perth Bears were on the bonnet sponsor of the Penrite Supercars team, and they took out a win yesterday as well. So they're going all guns blazing. The Bears. I'm not sure their signings are looking too crash hot, but from a corporate
Yeah.
perspective, I think they're on the verge of blowing everyone away, including the Broncos. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're looking like they're going to be a formidable outfit. Probably not next year, but soon to come. If the finances are working their way, it looks like they will be.
Yeah, for sure. Now, what do you need to see from Cronulla this year that you're not seeing to be satisfied they're going to be, there at the end of the year? Is there anything else you need to see? Or you pretty happy?
No, anything I saw was in rounds 1 to 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Rounds from here. The last caller, as I just joined in, did mention like the first 10 minutes. And yeah, we probably did come out of the gates a bit slow. Haven't seen that for a long time. But like I said earlier, I also felt that we managed that, and that wasn't the strongest South outfit. That's by any stretch.
No.
So yeah, I mean, where the things I always felt we were susceptible to is slow starts, is bumbling errors, is not being in the moment, not focused on the moment and what is important right this second, rather than it always felt like the mind was maybe elsewhere rather than the instant, and that would lead to silly mistakes and silly errors. Look, I will throw one thing out there. I think there is an element of truth to soft draw. The teams we have beaten have been without key players. We beat, we did beat Newcastle with players out. We've beaten Souths with players out. Remind me, we destroyed the Dolphins. Even with those players out, 66-0 is still a great achievement. But we beat the Dolphins, who, they were without some key players. So I'm comfortable that we're actually beating these teams in the way we are beating them. But I don't think we've really, for a while, come up in a strong test against someone. Against a strong team, I would say, rather.
Yeah.
I don't know what our draw is, Sammy. What's our draw from here on in?
I think it's something like Dragons, Titans, Eels, Storm. If there's 4 left, I think that's what it is.
So we're not exactly coming up against anyone major.
No.
That last game against the Storm, if it is going to be Bellamy's last, there might be a bit of flavour to that. And look, Storm will always be a test. I always feel not that they're winning as many games as they used to, but from there on in the other games, you're thinking to yourself, geez, you don't really want to lose any of those coming into a final. But
no.
But whether we want to be playing tough teams or not, I don't know. I guess we got no choice in that. So I just want to see us win and win well like we should do. And to answer, long way to answer your question, mate, there's nothing I'm seeing at the moment that I'm really disappointed with. You asked earlier about AFB coming off the bench. If everyone's fully fit, are they? Is that a regular thing? I don't think so, mate. I think it's good just to give him the rest and give him the opportunity. Again, the opposition we're playing probably gives us the opportunity to bring him off the bench the way we are. But, mate, you go in that first week of the finals, he's starting every day.
Yeah, well said. The only thing I'd say on the playing full strength teams is that we've been missing some guys too. Now, we haven't really been missing our spine members, to be fair. Like, that's fair call. Yeah. But we've been missing forwards. We've had times when we've had, Harrotti in the back line and, our not our A graders, so to speak. So there's been times where we've had to kind of match that. But I do take your point, but I I'm of the opinion there's not much you can do about it, right? You
No,
turn up and
100%.
play, you know? Yeah.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. So, yeah, it's not me, but there's nothing to be critical about at all.
No, I know.
It's just
I know.
something to be considerate of, I think.
Yeah.
And you are right. There were weeks there where people would say, against Newcastle, I think especially, where you look at it. No, we had players out too.
Yeah.
And look, they're all standing up there. That forward pack, they're all fighting. There's probably someone who's missing out. I'm not convinced with Cam, to be honest. I think, one of your regular panelists, was saying, no, we can't leave him out. He's given too much. Like, no, there's no time for sentiment coming into a grand final. And to be honest, I don't see him. I see him maybe off the bench, but I certainly don't see him as a starter.
I agree. There's no sentiment. It's not the time to be sentimental. He played a lot of minutes today. I think he's in decent form. I think he just holds a really steady ship. However, Toby Rudolph will be back potentially soon. There are other guys. There's when there's a full strength forward pack, 3 guys probably miss out. So whether it's him or not, I couldn't tell you. I get the feeling he won't miss out for whatever reason, but I'm also of the opinion I think he's going okay. I'm not telling you he's a 10 out of 10 lights out player at the moment, but I think he's doing enough to keep his position. But I respect what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I hear where you're coming from.
I just have Colhoun in 13. And as you say, yes, full strength. We're talking full strength here. I've got Colhoun in there, like in the same vein that I said you got to have AFB starting.
Yeah,
you got to have your best team starting, and for
Absolutely.
me, he's not our best 13. He could be a useful forward utility, if that is even a term that exists.
It is now, Stats. Hey, thanks for calling all the way from Perth, and we'll talk to you again soon, no doubt. Love it when you call in, and we'll keep moving on. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right,
cheers,
talk
mate.
to you soon, Stats. Thank you. That's Stats from Perth. Great man. Let's get to some more of these comments from everyone. Sorry to keep you all waiting, but I like to just be kind to everyone. And let's get to some here. Jacqueline says, great coaching from Fitzy and his use of the bench. Very animated scenes from him on the Fox coverage. Great to see. Oh, I can't wait to get home and watch that. Jacqueline, thank you for letting me know. And hope you're doing well. Jay said, Hines 3 points, AFB 2 points, and Will 1 point. And he also points out the Panthers are playing the Warriors and the Roosters still with the rest of the year to come. And Jay said that on Fox that Iro won't be available next week. I'm wondering if Iro will get the Guernsey. So we'll see about that. Interesting times. I don't want too many injuries at this point. Now, Sharky Hunter. South's trying to best to throw their forward passes at 80 minutes more than the Roosters. The officials are not very good. We can't allege the alternate view. Up. Thank you, Sharky Hunter. It was pretty interesting. Alush said the sin bin wasn't really a way to go, and he says he would rather go all the way to the grand final unbeaten. Me too. Our man PK says, another great day. Kennedy was very good again. Looking forward to the big trip from the sunny coast to Ocean Protect Stadium for the Raiders game. Looking forward to catch up with all those Vegas Sharks fans at the Carrying Bar Hotel. So PK was our man in Las Vegas. He showed us a good time for about a week. Felt like about a year. And he's coming to town for the Canberra game, which is, I think, in 2 weeks. We'll work all that stuff out. Maybe it's more, whatever. I left Canberra out of the equation to Stats, so we've actually got another game. Anyway, PK is going to be here. That's awesome, and we'll try and catch up with him for sure. Susan says, great to see Fitzy showing plenty of emotion in the coach's box. Great win, up. I've got to go check this out. Steve is saying maybe Mawini Hiroti in the centers. Maybe. We'll see what the coach says. Danny says another solid win today. We were tested and then overcame adversity with losing 2 players. Thanks, Danny. He also says, let's play Gabrielle next week. Good chance to blood a debutant against the Dargans. It's not the worst idea, my man. We'll see what happens. Deleted Girl 67. Revenge was sweet. Now let's kickstart a new week and on Derby Day, pile on the points and let's hurt them Dargans as much as possible. You get comment of the year, my friend. Danny thought AFB was our best today. Changed the momentum when he came on. Needs to start. Thank you. And we heard from Stats before he came on and had a chat. Marky Mark says, even with the injuries, the media will say Sharks full strength beat understrength bunnies. Yeah, well, we can't control the media. Imagine if you could. Steve says, why was Fitzy up and about pumped in the box? It's a small box too, I've got to tell you. It's not a big box, especially with all the people that you put in there. Ed supplied two of our listeners, viewers, fans with some tickets today. So thanks, Ed. They were greatly appreciated. And he says, yeah, Up Blake Island is to become a standalone country. Yep, absolutely. And I'm willing to move to that country because I'm already in that country. Future Dude says, a win against the Drag Spoons is not negotiable. If we lose next week, we might as well hand our finals tickets to another team in the league. Dramatic, but fair. Dramatic, but fair. I've got my mindset, Future Dude, not so much Dragon related, but in the next bunch of games, that should we lose a game, I don't know if we will, but should we, I'm not handing my tickets back in. But against the Dragons, I completely understand where you're coming from. But I think from here on, the mindset is to win out. Of course, it always sort of probably is when you're a professional rugby league team. As I look at the draw, we've got the Dargans next week, Sunday, 4:05. Then we have Canberra. So Stats, if you're listening, I forgot Canberra. Canberra on a Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock. Titans away on a Sunday, 2 o'clock. Sunday against the Eels, 4 o'clock. And then Saturday, the big game at home, 5th of September against the Storm, late game, 7:35. So, yeah, still a ways to go, but looking pretty good there. Shake says, the team looks so fit. The scramble has been the biggest improvement this year, and our completion rate has been incredible. Well, ding, ding, ding. There's the magic words, completion rate. Let's go. Oh, yes. Yes, Shake. At the moment, according to foxsports.com.au, 90% completion rate. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Nothing gets me more excited than a good completion rate for the Sharks. Nothing. That's it. That's all I need. 90%. Terrific. Absolutely terrific stuff. Deleted Girl 67, you're banned. Adam says, I don't think we've won a full-blown title contender yet. Happy all the same. I don't know. I'd have to spend my time to go look at that, Adam, and see who was playing, but we're going good. I understand what you're saying. Shaky saying the Knights were full strength, question mark. I don't know, man. Let's see saying you can only play those in front of you. PGK was saying AFB is being managed for minutes leading to the finals. Absolutely. Chris says we did what we had to do today. AFB and Talakai winning combo. What other team has that power? I don't know, Chris. No one, hopefully. Hello to Sammy in Canberra, who is watching on TV. And she's very happy the boys were working hard. And she's proud, and she enjoyed singing Up Cronulla. And Fitzy's happy too. Thanks, Sammy. I hope you're well. Sammy's a ledge. Healy's bomb. I noticed Reggie Rabbit wasn't at Shark Park after last year's unsavory incident. Oh, man, I was just thinking about that the other day. I didn't see Reggie, so I'll take your word for it. And nor should we. Danger to society. Stephen says a win with so much adversity today. Sin bin, 2 players injured, and we still win with the Rabbits scoring off 2 forward passes. Solid again. Our spine is humming. Who gets man of the match? Well, I'd like to know from you, Stephen, who gets man of the match. But my man of the match, just looking at everything here, would probably be it might be one of the halves, or it might be AFB, just as a quick answer from me. But I'd love to hear what everyone else thinks. Adam says, good evening, another one down. Yep, tick, let's go. Thank you. Daniel says, Wayne Bennett's side's always hard to beat. Need to do all the 1%. I thought we were a bit clunky in attack. Now Daniel's pushing the envelope here. By the way, SummerSlam was like Nico's goal kicking. For those listening, not watching, I'm looking away, blushing, and that's it. We're done. I was going to do that, but that means something. So don't. Come on, guys, please. I'm begging you. I don't even want like Hulk Hogan beat the Undertaker or whatever. Adam says Nico needs to take easy kicks to break the record on 3 or more, and the boys need to make it easy for him. Someone else before pointed out that Trindle should take the hard shots and Nico should take the easy shots. And I'm all for it. It's exciting. Hopefully he can do it. Man, you can just see the Dragons, hosing down the field, making it a heavy field and waterlogging the balls and doing everything they can to like not make it happen. They're the fun police, the Dragons. Sharks win 32-16. How good is that? Jay said maybe Fitz was more pumped today in the box, being a former Rooster. Maybe he hates Souths. Maybe. Crispy says, up, Cronulla. Let's go, Sharks. Now, Adam Barnes has joined, and I need Barnesy to look at what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a jersey because I'm a jersey guy, and I'm wearing the jersey they wore today. So just for you, Barnesy, because I was hoping to run into you, I'm wearing the most beautiful jersey. Thank you very much. Now, I didn't hang out with my Shark Cage friend today, Tim, but I hope he's doing well. Jacqueline says, man of the match was AFB, and it's hard to dispute that one because he was just rocking and rolling. And Jason Hawes from Cripps and Cripps Real Estate, who had a big piece of news this week about Cripps and Cripps Real Estate. And, jump onto your local social media and local newspapers, maybe in the Shire, if you want to know the in-depth details, or go to a Cripps and Cripps website or something. But Jason is now, I believe I'm not wrong in saying, literally in charge of Cripps and Cripps. So well done to Jace. He's a good mate of ours. He's a good fella. Good fella. It was good to see him before. Matthew says, lots of mentions of undermanned sides. I look at these wins as major positives in the years gone by. These were the games we would play below our best. Absolutely. And I think people are just we're just picking at something, you know what I mean, Matthew? Like and we don't need to pick at anything, and that's not what this show's about, but it's more just a conversation. No, is there anything you don't really like? Is there anything that we can improve on, and you can't improve on that? Like you get who you get. And, but I completely appreciate what you're saying, and you're right. Thank you very much. Trav says, bit frustrating and scrappy, but still good in moments, and we roll off down the road. Hoping Talakai is okay. Do I have any updates? Shanaz, I don't have any, unfortunately. Just only because I'm just in this room and it's all happening like below me, and I'm not on my phone or anything like that. Just I'm giving my full attention to you guys and girls. So I'm a little bit reliant on you people. I've heard the word bicep, and that kind of doesn't make me happy. So we shall see. If there's anyone that can, tough out an injury, it's the toughest man on earth, Sifa Talakai. Sharks win 32-16 at Ocean Protect Stadium. I need to go watch the replay of Sifa Talakai. And I need to go watch the replay of Will Kennedy saving that try. JJM M2I says AFB was outstanding. However, Nico had 1 try assist at least, 140-20, 100% goal kicking, high quality problem to decide who the man of the match is. Absolutely. And I take your point. And Nico is just killing it. Like, let's not discuss this. Like, he is in unbelievable form. Is he in better form than 2022? Like, we're playing better, but is he in better form or not? If he is, that means he should win the Dally M. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, and it's so good, and it's so just. He works really hard at what he does, and I'm just super happy to see him play. Even like today, he was just so good. He was so confident. And we need him to win the comp to make us all happy, but we need him to win the comp to shove it in everyone's face. That would just be so freaking sweet. Excuse the language. Shake 20 says, Brayley 101 for back-to-back hooker of the year. The guy's been untouchable for 2 years now. I'm going to make it 3 to 4, to be honest. Like, I'm a big Blake guy, and he's been rising and rising and rising. But your point stands, and I don't disagree with that. And the try today was just so satisfying. I was up out of my seat and, doing a few little fist bumps and that kind of thing. I was very excited, and I thought the 10 meters today was really short. Now, was it short for both teams? I'm not sure, but it was short for the Sharks a lot of the time, almost to a comical point of view. And I can say that because I'm elevated. I'm looking at it. When it's in front of me, I can say that. I can't say it when it's down there, but it's in front of me. I can kind of go, hey, it doesn't look like 10 meters to me. Okay, Deleted Girl 67 is welcome back now and says, Talakai, moderate to high grade bicep tear, needs scans to confirm. Moderate to high. That could be anything. I don't like it though, but thank you, but I don't like it. Scott says Nico is in better form, but I remember he had Matt Moylan as his 5-8, so he had to do more in 2022. So yeah, different game. Moylan was a very different player to Trindle, that's for sure. Moylan had a really good year too, but Moylan was kind of like the Rock from memory. That's not a wrestling term. Rock, and Nico is just kind of going bonkers. So it's a bit more understated this year, but it's still really exciting and really amazing. That 40-20 was so good. Okay, so Grunge Meister Fuzz was at the ground and said, want to say today's stadium crowd vibe was so fantastic. Every Shark fan was like family over in the East touchline, all basking in the glorious sunshine. Haters hating on Shark Park, we know where they can go. Very well said. Look, if you're watching, you can see it behind me, how beautiful it looks. If you watch the game, obviously you would have seen how beautiful it looked. I think it really suits Sunday afternoon. I think that at the moment, it's the storyline has flipped. In the 90s and 2000s, it was all about Saturday night, come have a great time, go to the club, the whole thing. The club will be here soon. That's not my point. My point is, I think Sunday afternoon, family friendly, you're in and you're out. I think the sunshine helps as well. I'm so glad because the whole week it looked like bad weather, then it sort of flipped. And it was a beautiful day. So you're right, Grunge Master Fuzz. I had a really good time, and obviously winning helps. And I want to say thank you to a bunch of people who I met today who I hadn't met before, and some I had, giving us a bit of praise for the show. So I really appreciate that. Thanks so much. Shake 20 says, Brayley's ability to manipulate the ruck is incredible. He should be getting so many more 6 agains against the refs, but they don't call them. Yeah, I thought today there was a bunch that they didn't call, and he was going for it. So... but he is getting elite. Now, Deleted Girl 67 says a moderate to high injury for Sifa would be a recovery time of 3 to 6 months, depending if you need surgery. So it's getting worse the more I'm hearing about this, but we need the scans to tell us that we're all wrong. But I appreciate it very much. Luke says that was actually a good hit out. Souths came to play. The boys will feel like they played a hard game. There was sting in both teams' defense. Yeah. I think that they go They came within 16 points of us. I mean, Manly didn't do that, and the Dolphins didn't do that. Like it was more like the Newcastle game than it wasn't, although I thought we were never in doubt. So even 6-0 down, I was totally fine. When it got to within 6 later in the game, I was fine. But yeah, South did all they could. Absolutely. Steve says over my right shoulder. Now we get tricky here. This is going to impress our friend Kieran because he was talking today about right and left and he was getting all kind of trippy on me. But you're saying over my right shoulder, are they adding seats? There's a crane there. Oh, like you mean there? I don't know is my answer. We will find all that out in the coming months. But yeah, I'm not particularly sure. Steve, you can tell me right and left all day long, brother, and I'm still going to look up and down. Wait and find out. But yeah, the club is they're hoping for, October onwards, but it's not locked in. It changes a lot. It's not a negative thing. But as far as the seating goes, I'm not really sure. So Mark says, I wasn't exactly right, but I was right in the fact of the toughness. Love your work as always. MD Horn, the very talented MD Horn. I didn't see you today, I don't think, sir. So apologies about that. And Mark's been texting me all week about what's going to happen. And there's his words. He was right about the toughness. Shake says we could have put 50 on them but they made some great 1-1 tackles. Got to give them credit for that. Yeah, absolutely. Like I thought they didn't go away, obviously, by the scoreline. A 16-point win for us on days like today is kind of a close game. I'm not even being smart or overconfident or cocky or whatever. So, yeah, I thought that they did the best they could. They were down on troops too, and they had Jai Gray in the centers, and it was a tough one. Now, I just saw the halftime score in West Tigers Para, and it doesn't have any bearing on us, really, although we are playing Para later on in the year, but that's an interesting score, one I kind of thought would happen at this point in time, see how the second half plays out. But Sharks win 32 points to 16 at Ocean Protect Stadium. Let's look some of these stats. 90% completion rate, awesome. We had more line breaks. We had more offloads. We had a couple hundred more run meters. We missed under 25 tackles, which again is really good. And we're sort of top 3 for fewest missed tackles in the NRL currently, which is great. Now, Fitzy, you know why he was partying? I've just worked it out. As Shake 20 says, this is an absolute bludger of a game, referring to the West Tigers and Para. Oh, Shake, you're the best. Fitzy was partying because we won the penalty count. We doubled it. We won 6-3. Up Cronulla. If that's what Fitzy was partying about, I assure you, that's why he was partying so hard. We only made 6 errors, which is terrific. We had a bunch more time in the opposition 20, and we mostly capitalized on that. More kick meters, as you could imagine. And we won the set restart. So it was all pretty much leading towards what the outcome was. We didn't have to use a challenge, which is great. They lost one. And that's all pretty positive. That's all pretty positive. Now, here comes trouble if I ever saw it. I'm going to bring him in right now. Sir, how are you?
Hey, how are you doing? How are you doing, Sam?
I'm good, brother. Now, this is TBH Sharks fan. What's your official Instagram account so everyone can follow you?
TBH Sharksville on Instagram and TikTok.
Yep. Beautiful. So everyone give that a follow. How are you? How was your day?
Oh, it was good, mate. Just got back home from the game as well. Pretty scrappy game I thought, but a win's a win. You got to take a win this time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I take your point. I didn't think it was too scrappy from my point of view, but I take your point. It wasn't, a 50-point win or whatever. But they showed some real resilience there with down a man with T going to the sin bin and then a bunch of injuries. So I thought we defended pretty good, and I don't know if you would have seen it from the shark
Cage.
Shark cage area. I was looking for my right grammar. Thank you. The shark cage area, but the Will Kennedy try save down the other end away from you, man. That was just, premiership winning defense from there on. So I had a great time. Tell me about your day. Tell me about things. Talk to me, please.
So what happened today was just simply got to the game and hung out with all the Shark Cage crew and just a good atmosphere once again over there. And it's always good hanging out with the lads over there. They're really good people.
They are. Now I saw you in the Sharks social media, and don't tell me, I saw you at the open training session or the members training session yesterday, correct?
Yep, that's correct, mate.
And you were with your little crew, as I said to Tim, the Motley crew. And were you with Cam McInnes? Is that right?
Yeah, Cam McInnes it was. I took the photo with myself, Blair and Ash.
That's pretty good. And I saw Blair. I didn't get to watch it, but I saw Blair doing the try scoring video today for the Sharks. Did his tip get up?
Yeah, I think he did. He backed Riley in the score. I think it was it first try score or something?
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. That's cool. I
mean, it sort of went off, I guess you could say.
Yeah. And that's one of the perks of getting here early, like you guys do, and hanging out. And you and Tim and everyone else provide a great atmosphere down that part of the field. So, you should be proud of yourselves, man. You've created this awesome crew, and you create the vibe down there, and it's fun, man. And
man, appreciate it. Hopefully more people come in sooner.
Absolutely. Now, what are your thoughts on the team currently? Like, are you happy with where we're at? Is there any improvement? What are you thinking?
Well, ever since the last time we played South, I thought that was a big turning point for us. Ever since then, the boys just want to play for each other. Like, they probably walked out after every game saying that we could be playing better and that, and it shows. Like today might not have been our best performance, but they probably walked off today saying that we could be better than that.
Yeah, for sure. One of our listeners, Matthew, says KL is confirmed HIA, so he'll have an 11-day rest. So that means no KL for the Dragons next week, which is a bummer. So
yeah,
we could see
well.
Yeah, have you got any more info on that one? We're struggling to get information on that.
It's a biceps. That's likely his season over, unfortunately.
Oh boy. Oh man. I hope there's just some way that they've got it wrong and they do the scans tomorrow and it's like, no, it's only 2 weeks. Like I hope somehow, but that's a pretty big loss for both the year and also the significance of him if that was his last game. So we'll wait and see on that one. But would you bring in Michael Gabriel? Would you bring in Mawini Hiroti? Like what would you do next week for no KL who's confirmed won't be there?
Probably Hiroti, like he's a bit more experienced there, and look, I mean, I guess you could say Gabriel as well, considering Hiroti's not going to be there. Like we've got to invest into our youngsters in the future.
Yeah.
So I'll be 50-50, but I'd rather Hiroti because of his experience.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real wrong answer, right? Like it's you put it very well. Like. Gabriel's our future, one of a few guys. We've got 2 or 3 centers coming through. He's at the top of the list. We'll probably get a push next year, but then Hiroti's played 30, 40 NRL games. He knows our system. He's pretty reliable. It's a tough one. That's why you and I are not the coach, my friend.
Yeah.
Are you heading out to Cogra next week, or are you not sure? Or
I sure will be, mate. Go all the remaining games this season, including finals games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Great stuff.
Including the Gold Coast in a couple of weeks. I'll be there for that.
All right. Look out, Gold Coast. That's fun. All right. Well, man, again, you should be really proud. Like the stuff you do on social, and please follow, where am I looking? TBH Sharks fan. Please follow TBH Sharks fan. And also, it's just awesome, man. You're a great fan. So,
thanks, Sam. I really appreciate that.
No problem. And thank you for calling in. Please feel free anytime you want. You're welcome. And Yeah, we'll talk to you real soon, all right?
No worries, bro. Up.
Up, my man. Take care. What a ledge. Scott has said he will come back from Korea and give his bicep to Sifa. And I think that's necessary, it sounds like. And also, that's a great thing that you would do, Scott. So thank you for that. Oh, man, I'm a bit bummed by that if everything we're hearing is true. Stats is back on the line and said, one thing I didn't say about today's match is that we did it with 2 on the bench after half time and 1 man in the bin, yet we still beat it by some margin. So happy with that. Yeah, absolutely. Great point. Thank you. Wesley said from the press conference, Fitzy said it's upper bicep, not lower, which is more positive. His words, not mine, but obviously scans to come. So it's more positive. I don't like this, guys and girls. I don't like this. I feel like having a tantrum or something because I love Sifa Talakai so much. Game 150 for Sifa today. Scored a try. Family and friends were here, all of his fans. Let's hope to God it's not his last game for us because that would be... It'd be sad if it was anything less than what it should be, and what it should be is a grand final victory. Sifa Talakai is a great club, man, and I'm devastated he's leaving the club. I understand the reasons from both the club and from him. I get it. I'm not happy about it, and he'll be missed. So I hope to goodness, with everything in me, that he gets to play another game for the Sharkies, and I hope it's as soon as next week. Sometimes these things just aren't as bad as they seem, and this is me putting on a very positive spin on it, but let's just hope, my friends. Let's will it to happen. Let's will it to happen. Now, over on our Insta, lots of cool people hanging out there. Matt says, G'day Sharks fans, haven't been to the game in a few years, and it wasn't as bad as I remembered. Only 7 or 8 minutes to order burrito. Beer was cold in the can. The sound has improved. Good conditions. Well, that's all good news. Sorry I missed you, Matt. I didn't realize you'd been away for so long. Yeah, it's going pretty good. They're doing their best. We know the conditions here are not everything they should be. But really, if you're going to spend your time, not you, like if you're in the media and you're going to spend your time focusing on this little old place, I think your life must be pretty miserable. But I'm glad you were here, sir. And shout out to our friend Retro_Rugby_League. He's one of the head honchos in merch. Now I'm wearing my retro jersey and I'm wearing my retro jacket. 2 different eras, as you know, of course. Hope you're doing well. Give Retro_Rugby_League a follow if you like jerseys and that kind of thing. And he's a pretty good fella for a Roosters guy. Now, Sharks win 32-16. 32-16. Grunge Meister Fuzz says, has medical science produced the bionic bicep yet? Cue the $6 million theme music. You know what? I can't recall the music to that show. I recall the show as a very young fella. I know all about it. And it's not a SummerSlam reference, Steve Austin, but I'd have to go Google the music or something, YouTube the music. I really want him to play Grunge Meister Fuzz. I really want Talakai to be okay. Maybe I'll be on Talakai watch somehow. Set myself up beside the Tarrant Point Bridge or something and light a fire and just think good thoughts about Talakai. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Hey, it's Derby week. That's exciting. The bad news for all of you is my mate Brooksy's probably going to come on the show. Derby week. It's a big one. It's an important one. One for us to win. And yeah, their players are playing for contracts. They're playing for spots next year. And they don't like us. We don't like them. It's going to be a lot of fun. How it's the match of the day on a Sunday, I don't know. But then if you look at the one that's on right now, maybe that's your answer. Wesley says we have the technology, we can fix him. Oh, I hope so. I hope that was true. Sharks win. Scott says that should be SharkCast episodes this week. Cipher Watch. It probably will be, to be honest. Sorry to write it out for you so easily, but it will be on Cipher Watch. I just hope that there's nothing declared too early tomorrow where the watch is over. You know what I mean? So I prefer to be on a watch than a thanks for your time. Such a tough sport we play here. Hey, I want to give a shout out to everyone who has tuned in already to the new SharkCast / Cronulla Sharks podcast series. It's a short one. It's 4 episodes, and we dropped an episode last Thursday at 6 o'clock on Apple, Spotify, etc. All the audio side of things. I put it up on YouTube, but it's only audio. But it's amazing. It's awesome. It's fun. And it's the NRLW team like you've never heard before. To be frank, it's rugby league like you never heard it before, behind the scenes, about their lives. And I know the NRLW team isn't having a great year. I get all that, but this is still, in my opinion, really good content and stories, more particular than the word content. And we had Madison Ashby on the show last week, and she's an amazing athlete who's played World Cups and Olympics and Commonwealth Games, and she's going really well for the Sharks as well. And she's got a great history, and her story is awesome. So if you can do me a solid, I'm asking you to do a solid. Go listen to this episode. It's on your SharkCast audio feed. So if you would have subscribed to us for free on Apple, Spotify, etc., wherever you listen to podcasts, it's called This Is How We Play, but it comes up in your feed. Go give it a listen. A bunch you already have. I need a bunch of you more to do it, and share it around. And next week, we've got another great guest coming on. I won't say who it is just yet, but next Thursday, there'll be another episode. It's going to be 4. And it's just really, I think, lovely chats. So appreciate everyone who's tuned in, though. I really do. Sharks NRL win 32-16. Benny McGregor, who I saw very briefly today, said, great stuff. Jada is awesome. How good is I totally forgot to say, thank you, Ben, that Jada Taylor, the Cronulla Sharks NRLW fullback, is the co-host. So her and I are co-hosting a show about players behind the scenes of NRLW, but I let her run with it. You know, it's not about me, that's for sure. I'm not one of those people that makes it about me, whether you believe that or not to be true. It's the truth. And so basically you get Jada talking to her teammate, and I'm kind of facilitating and helping out. So thank you for reminding that, Benny, and I'm glad you liked it, and I really appreciate your support and everyone else's. All right, Sharks win 32-16. Let's talk about some of these performances before we get out of here. If you want to call up, you've still got time, but I am going to wrap up pretty soon. Sharks win 32-16. Thanks to Ed again, who supplied 2 of our listeners with some free tickets today. Really appreciate it, Ed. I know you're watching or listening at some point. And they were very much appreciative of the people who won the tickets. So we put that up on our Insta today. They went pretty quick. How good does Ocean Protect Stadium look behind me? Oh my God. Will Kennedy. I mean, are people still disliking Will Kennedy? I hope not. He played out of his skin, especially when we were down to 12 men. Like, he was really, really good. I was watching him from an aerial view, and he was terrific. His stats are not, fantastic, but guess what? He has 0 errors and 1 try save. So well done, Will Kennedy. Sione Katoa, as usual, busted a bunch of tackles. Ran for about 100. In fact, a lot of the run meters here are not spectacular because they didn't need to be. Jesse Ramian, similar vibes, a few more offloads. KL only played for a while, but he was looking pretty good. Ronaldo was terrific with a try, which made my friend Kieran very happy. He ran for over 100 meters. He had 2 line breaks. Trindle was terrific. Trindle kicked wonderfully. He forced dropouts. He set up 3 tries, and he continues his really good form. So congratulations to Trindle. Nico Hines, 6 out of 6 goals, broke the modern day Cronulla Sharks streak of consecutive goals, which Luke Cavell held. He ran for about 130 meters, including a line break. He had a line break assist, try assist, and he kicked for almost the same amount of meters as Trindle, actually. Less opportunities, but about the same meters. So big boot from Nico today. Kafusi had some offloads. He was solid. Bradley was terrific, forcing the ruck to just move up and do their silly things, and scored a brilliant try. When I say brilliant, just the timing and the pace and the delivery was just sensational. Colquhoun was terrific, over 100 meters, a bunch of tackles, and just a real menace out there. I thought Britton Nickera was really good too, and I know he's come out a bit of criticism in the past couple of months, but since Origin he's been really good, and he ran for almost 100 meters, which is more than he sort of usually gets, and overall busted some tackles, and I thought he was good. Teague spent some time off the field, but still was very good. He had a sin bin and I think a HIA test, but he came back on. Cam McInnes played, I think, bigger minutes than usual, ran for 100 meters, made a whole bunch of tackles, as you can imagine, and thought he was solid. Fanua Blake, close to man of the match, off the bench, 140 meters, scored a try. Not sure. Did he do that look, if you're watching? Not sure. Hazelton was dominant, about 80 meters for him. Billy Burns and Talakai played a great important role too until Talakai went off, and Burns was just pretty busy. So overall, another great performance by the team, individually and collectively. Mark says, what does everyone think about Peter Volandi's stadium talk? And if you're not up to date with that, it's essentially that the NRL are interested in purchasing this complex, whether it's part ownership or complete, not sure, but he's thrown that out there as a possibility, depending on what money they can make out of it. And it's something we need to probably do an episode on, my friend, which probably will, but I'm certainly open to talking, that's for sure. And I can tell you this without breaking any kind of secrets or anything like that. I can tell you that the Cronulla Sharks, A, are not moving anywhere, right? So just forget about that. They're not moving. But I can tell you, B, they're doing things in a way where they're going to be set up for here for a long time. Now, how you get to that point and how you can announce that and how you can lock things in, that's not for me to know or decide or whatever. But I'm telling you that the people involved at the Cronulla Sharks, and you can use that however you want to imagine it, but the people at this club are doing things to keep us here long term. And I want to use a different word to long term, but I'm not going to. Let's just say long term. And I believe it's going to happen. As I said, I don't know how they can announce that. I don't know how, things will have to happen for that to become more obvious. But I can tell you there are plans in place. There are things they're trying to do. And given the fact that this club has survived for so long on so little, I think that there's a good chance that they'll pull this off. So we're not going anywhere is my point. How that happens, let's wait and see. But Mark, I'd love to know your thoughts. You can drop us a line because we're going to get out of here pretty soon. But sharkcastpod@gmail.com and social media, DM us, etc. If you're not following us on social media, including YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, X, whatever, please do it because it's free. It's like one button. And we don't bug you too much, but it helps us a lot. So please go do all that. If you haven't done it, tell your friends and family about the podcast. Tell people at the game, more importantly, hey, I was listening to SharkCast Pod. What's that? Oh, it's this awesome podcast. Do it. We appreciate it so much. Sharks win. Sharks win. Sharks win. So Jay is saying in the press conference, Fitz said that AFB is a starting front rower when he was asked about the bench sort of thing. So that's pretty much a he's going to be starting pretty soon. So that's cool. They're resting him up, saving him from the early work. I don't mind that at all. So that is what's going on. Sharks win. Wesley says, thanks for your time, Sam. No, thank you. And everyone listening, whether it's live, whether it's later on, whether you're doing catch-ups, I appreciate it from the bottom of my shark heart, which is over here, and having a ball doing this. So thanks so much. There are ways that you guys and girls can help me, and that starts with listening and checking out what we do. So if I do throw up an NRLW podcast and it's about Madison Ashby, give it a listen, because I promise you I wouldn't be putting it up if it wasn't for you guys and girls to have a listen to. So give it a listen and give it all a listen. Spread the word, and thank you, Wes, for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Sharkies win. Sharkies win. My old mate Sully, who I used to work with, says that Wally from Fox Sports says Sharks will win the comp. Well, he's got a lot going on that, Sully, because his dad's a big Sharks fan, so he'll be in the good books there. The problem with that is that the Roosters are in the fight too. I'm not sure if you heard, but they won by 80 points or whatever. So it could be Roosters Sharks. It could be you and I, Sully, against Wally like the old days. So I'm all for that. Hope you're doing well, sir. Jacqueline says, do we think Teague will cop a week? Question mark. I hope not. We're going to need all troops on deck, and he's going really good. I need to watch all that stuff back, Jacqueline, but let me know what you think, but I hope not. That's for damn sure. Excuse the sweary. Adam says, how did Newtown go? I missed it again. They won. And Jersey Flegg won. I think everyone won, but the NRLW team. The Jets won a close-ish game. Riley Pollard played hooker and went pretty good, even though he's a future half at the Sharks. He played hooker. Who else did I see out there? Taj Ford. There was some good stuff. So I'm going to watch that back probably tomorrow morning. But I watched as much as I could, and they went pretty good. So I think they're still well in contention to do something at the end of the year. But a bunch of Sharks players and future players in that team. So if you can get vision of it, whether you're on Bar TV or whether you watch it some other way, maybe it's somewhere else, I'm not sure. But this week they went pretty good. Yeah. Adam says, I'm pretty sure the bloke that could name every team that won the comp from the footy show predicted us to win this year, I think. I hope so. I vaguely remember that guy. And wasn't that in the year that we won it? I can't remember. It was 10 years ago. Yeah, I got you, Adam. Thank you. Sharks win. I love winning. As Ben says, how good is winning? All right. So we're going to turn this into an audio podcast for you later on. Not straight away, but later on. If you check your emails for members, the Cronulla Sharks have sent you an email saying, who's your man of the match? And you can debate with them about how it all went down as well. And we're going to get out of here. Just a last minute plea to follow us on all the places you can follow us. I'm not going to go through them again, but just all the places you think we might be, give us a follow and just keep spreading the word, because really love doing this, and it's a ball, having a great time doing it. So appreciate everyone and their kind words. Great to meet a whole bunch of people today. We'll be back before you know it. And Sharkies win. We're going to go out with a song, because that's what we do. All we do is win and we sing. And I hope everyone's doing well. You know, these are hard times, and I hope everyone's doing well. And I'm going to put up the song, and the graphic is actually going to say PostGame is starting soon or whatever, but you know it's not, because it's finishing. Up Cronulla, you guys and girls are the best. Let's go win the damn thing, man. Why not? Let's go do it. I'm not going to say why not us, because I was never a fan of that catchphrase, and I apologize to my friends in 2016 who came up with it and incorporated it from America and brought it here. I love you guys and girls. But no, not why not us. I'm just saying, let's go do it, man. Like, we got the team. Let's go do it. Up Cronulla. We rule the world. This is the greatest place on earth. They should play grand finals here. I don't care what any person thinks. This is where they should play grand finals. Look, tickets might be hard to come by, but where there's a will, there's a way. Up Cronulla. We rule the world. Thank you all for your time and company. Appreciate you all. Let's go. Let's go.
Cronulla, the boys in the black, white and blue. Up, Cronulla, name of the Sharks fit you. Sharks, Sharks forever. Go out and play without fear. Now's the time to see good football for the Sharks.